What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, you guys. In today's video, we're going to be going over the top 3 reasons why engineering actually is still the best college major. If you're wondering why I'm not using my main mic right now, is because I don't know, when I was recording earlier, this is actually take number 2. The microphone actually died. So in today's video, like I said, we're going to be talking about the top 3 reasons why engineering is still the best college major. And actually, we're really close to 500 subscribers. So if you guys are new to this channel, I know most of my viewers don't subscribe. So if you're new to this channel, it would really mean a lot if you subscribed. We're trying to hit that 500 subscriber goal. And if you are interested in commenting, go ahead and comment and make sure to like this video as well. So yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this video.
Hey, I know you guys have seen all the tech professionals and you've probably seen them and you're wondering, hey, I'm probably not cut out for tech. You might seem like, you don't fit in. You see people, out of shape, have their neck beard and, stuff like that. And this is where I come in. So I actually have a coaching program that you guys can go ahead and sign up to at the description below. And basically what this program is, I just kind of want to provide some tips and tricks for tech professionals who actually want to improve either their looks, their mental health, avoid burnout, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that program, go ahead and click the link below, and I'll see you guys there.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys know Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is one of these top financial gurus on the internet. I'm a huge fan of his content and stuff. And so he actually did a study. He claimed it was the #1 study of millionaires. I believe he studied over 10,000 millionaires. And according to team's data, they ended up concluding that the top 5 millionaires on each category is 1 engineer, and 2 accountants with CPAs, 3 is going to be teachers, 4 is people in management positions, and 5 is attorneys. Now, for me, when I read that, that was like, oh, it doesn't make any sense. Why are engineers #1 compared to people who are, let's say, doctors or people who earn substantially more money? So in today's video, I'm going to go ahead and kind of get into the reasons on why actually engineering produces the most millionaires and why engineering is one of the best majors. So without further ado, like I said, let's go ahead and get into this video. Okay, so point #1 is engineering salaries. So according to salary.com, the average engineer earns between $70,000 and $180,000 a year. $70,000 obviously being the lower end average and $180,000 being the higher end average. And like I said, that's kind of the average. So some companies, they make a lot more, and depending on what engineer you are, and depending on what company you are and where your location is, you can even make, multi-million dollars, right? But it just kind of all depends. But $70,000 and $180,000, that's a substantial amount of money, especially for only having to go to school for 4 years, compared to other professions where you kind of have to go to school and then you have to go to graduate school, take out more loans, and yeah, that's a lot of money, right? Especially if the U.S., according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the average worker in the United States earns about $60,000. So if you're making $180,000 on average, that's 3 times the national average of what most people would earn, right? So that's kind of reason #1 and why engineering is one of the best college majors. All right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into point #2. Point #2, unemployment rates for engineers are super low compared to the unemployment rates for other occupations. For example, the current Bureau of Labor Statistics noted that the unemployment rate for engineers is around 2.7%, which is super low compared to the national average unemployment rate, which is at 4.2%. So as you can see, engineering is a pretty stable profession. I mean, think about this, right? Usually companies, when they want to design products and stuff, who is designing these products? The engineers. So it doesn't really make any sense for them to, let's say, fire all the engineers off, because that's kind of their bread and butter. Those are the people that are kind of producing the value for the company. And I'm not saying sales isn't, I'm not saying marketing isn't, but engineers are kind of the ones that design everything. So it's like if a company lets go of engineers, that means, the company's pretty much going bankrupt. Yeah. So all right, with that being said, let's go ahead and get into point #3. Okay, so for the third and final points on why engineering is the best college major is it teaches you how to get really good at problem solving, and it's kind of what I alluded to earlier, right? This is a pro because if you're good at problem solving, you can solve anything, and really that's all. I feel like that's all. Business and making money and all this. It's really just problem solving, right? You have somebody, and let's say you need to help them with a certain type of problem, and from there you're able to. You can solve it, right? Usually in engineering curriculum, it's very similar to the problems you face out in the real world, right? Let's say you meet with a client and they're like, hey, I need this certain product, right? And I need it to have this feature, and this feature, right? And you as an engineer, you have millions and millions of different tools, millions and millions of different methods, millions and millions of different ways to be able to solve this problem for the client. So it also allows you to be a little bit more creative as well while you're trying to solve the problem for the client. But as long as you meet those demands as the client states, then you can deliver the products and make an extra buck. All right, guys, so that's gonna wrap up the video for today. If you got this far into the video, I really appreciate it. And like I said, we're really close to 500 subscribers. So if you are new to this channel, feel free to subscribe. Go ahead and like, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.